said, oh yeah, no, it starts off hollow, like a stuffed bell pepper. I said, hold on.
Hollow, I tried. Hollow, I tried, man. I tried. Here you go, it's over, nigga.
Thoughts on the side of they tees. I got 88 stones all rocked in a piece, and the chain came with a charm that'll drop some degrees. See, you gotta learn the game before you flop in the league, and make sure she's genuine before you hop in them jeans. My would it be Vada in a tropical breeze, and it came from moving snow, just not with no skis.
Still hollow. I could defy physics. My mind glitching, your time ticking. Come on. Sound like a cipher. Got an Uzi, Tech 9, Mac 10 on your block spitting. Shot your mans looking for your crib. Them shots licking. That mean I wet pussies before I get to the spot. Like thigh kisses, no lasers on it. I hit it with the lights off like shy bitches. I'm not even a man. I'm coming to you as a woman like side bitches. I'm really one of...
You going to work.
I'm really one of the best ever. And I'ma keep on yelling it. Yeah, it's Big Bag, but it's also Miss Rushmore. I got a new moniker like Missy Elliott. And I was going...
New moniker! Oh my God, rap about it.
Night. After this, ain't no denying, am I right? Last year, she had a 2-on-2 overseas, had to flow with Nick. She said it ain't news when I'm sending texts with attachments. And here's clear evidence he wrote the shit, because 2 months later, Miss Hustle vs. Fawn, she said it verbatim. Nitty accidentally gave lines to both of them and didn't even notice it. It's crazy, he's the Beethoven shit, and she can only rap about holding sticks because she can't conduct her own business. Jazz ain't composing shit. Google it.
Baby look like an AI baby.
You already know what it could be. I hope your life is as good as it should be. It's your man Vada Fly. Tell your mama I said I got my guy with me.
Showtime SP to nobody that knows bodies. Bow!
Yeah, what up?
Listen, man, we here. Listen, I told you could drive, you could take a Uber, you could take the train to Subway, but as long as you follow, we now gotta talk about day one aftermath of Apollo.
Good.
Vada, you did the live recap, I know. But you was trying to figure out where was I though.
Yeah,
look at my I though. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ivo.
Let's get to it, man.
All right, man. Listen, we're gonna do this real quick because you was up until like 2 in the morning last night for the recap. I gotta get a nap in now before we can go ahead and do this day 2 part. But before we do that, I'm gonna go ahead and run down the whole run of the whole event myself from what my take was. All right, was that cool with you? Or you,
For sure.
You can chime in anytime. You know what I'm saying? They started the night off with the Snake Eyes and the Capo Bravado. That was a judge battle event. I mean, that was a judge battle. Therefore, they already had Capo. Do I feel like the judges were wrong? Absolutely not. It was a unanimous decision. Snake Eyes was cool, but I felt like Capo did better. He was better. To me, this was more of the coming out party for Capo Bravado. I want to see more from Capo. If you can stay within that pocket, that's where you need to be, Capo, and we can actually see you elevate. After that, it was J2.
All right, so here's the deal. With the Capo battle, you know what I'm saying, I've been saying for a while, you know what I'm saying, I want to like, give a little break with each one of these.
Go ahead.
Capo had promoted very well. Bash Money, shout out. He had promoted very well. He had made a name for himself, but the battles weren't matching. You know what I'm saying? I felt like he had some cool battles. He beat Shotgun Shook, who really didn't care. When you battle...
Let's be nice. We don't have to go there. I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it. I mean, good Lord.
People that are above you that really don't care, it's good for you, but it ain't good for us. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, you beat somebody with a name, but did you really beat somebody with a name? That's how I was feeling about some of his joints, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, Capo's my man. I've seen him a couple times. I've seen him lastly in LA, and so I rock with him. I'm Bash Money, actually.
Yeah. We ain't get no merch yet, though.
I hope so.
Okay. Yeah, but that's another story. But, Snake Eyes was Snake Eyes, but I felt like Capo was able to show a little bit more in this battle, and that's always important. I liked his trajectory, though.
That one was good. The battle, to me, was a good way to open up the battle. You know what I'm saying? But it opened up the event.
It seemed to me like the event started like an hour later. So how long? All
right.
You was in tune.
So what happened was, I believe that it says that the event starts at 2 o'clock, but I forgot they are in Texas, so they are an hour behind. So 3 o'clock is when it started. 3 o'clock went by. They said it was going to be live by 3:15. They wasn't. It was around about 4.
Oh hell no!
It was on real nigga time.
Yeah, like it was around like 4th, 15-ish is when the battles really started. But I do got to shout out Frozen Bros. They did great for the stalling out, you know what I'm saying, up until that time, from the beginning to the end.
It's always tough to stall.
Man, listen, especially when you don't know who's there and who's not there, so you kind of just take in the orders. Listen, trust me, we know how it feels to be in that house.
Trust me.
But I believe after that was Casey J and J Love, right?
Okay.
Or was
you got the order.
No, wait. Yeah. Nope, it was J2 and Loso next.
Okay.
I remember that. Yes, J2 and Loso was next. We had already talked about it. Make sure y'all watch the video that we just dropped.
I just released a recap of Loso versus J2. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still praying.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely still praying.
I'm still praying.
But, you know, if they didn't watch the last video, how you call it?
Loso 3-0.
Okay, yeah, I can see Loso winning that battle. I would say 3-0 too, but I really want to say that first from J2 was definitely fire. Yeah, definitely a fire battle. But hey.
But the reason why I give it more so to Loso 3-0 is because of the talking, the pre-talk, that you're not giving me a shot, cockiness. You know what I'm saying? J2 had won battles, and like I've recapped J2 battles that other people haven't. No knock on that, but I've recapped a lot of J2 battles, so I know how he rides. But for you to be talking heavy and get smoked like that, it had to be highlighted.
Yeah,
now keep going.
Definitely has to be looked at.
It's a thing.
It is a thing. Speaking of things, I could talk about two things. J Love versus Casey J. Casey J clearly got the battle.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that, but I'm not mad at what I saw from J Love as far as performance wise. I was really impressed with the way she did this one bar where she said the kickback, it makes something bounce. I mean, it was distracting for sure. It was definitely very, very distracting if you ask me.
Right.
But
just you though.
Just me though. No, it wasn't just me because everybody else was saying the same thing.
Right.
And I also noticed the height difference, the size difference between J Love and Casey J. For Casey J to be that small, she was barking heavy on that woman. Right. And I gotta give Casey J that battle for sure. It was a layup for sure. Did you see it?
I saw it. Yeah.
How'd you call it?
I had J Love winning one of the rounds, Casey winning two.
Okay. Yeah. I can see that. After that, because I believe they had skipped it and then they came back to it, and I believe it was Chef Trez versus Lou Castro. Man, let me look. Where Lou from? Where the big Lou from? He from? You know what I'm saying? He definitely,
Uptown, the Bronx.
Yeah, he was definitely showing. He was pulling his weight. That Lou Castro is the Lou Castro I like to see every time. He jumps in and out of those pockets. He's funny. So that right. He does that part, but he also be having the bars in it too. Like it's fire. That showing of Lou Castro is probably one of the best showings of Lou Castro I've seen in a while. But you going up against somebody who ain't. Listen, it's a normal day. I really feel like Chef Trez is Saitama. Saitama is the One Punch Man. Everything bores him because as soon as he gets it'll be a big bad and he just walks up with the most nonchalant. All right, game over. That's how I feel about Chef Trez. Chef Trez to me is that nonchalant, unimpressed. But if I see that you cooking, allow me to level up too. And him going second in these battles, it helps Chef Trez because he's a great rebuttaler. He didn't even have to do 3 of them things. He did 2, got in and got out of there.
Right.
I feel like this battle could be 2-1 either way, but because I was more impressed with Lou Castro, it's probably because, what have you done for me lately? I haven't seen Lou in a minute. I kind of could edge Lou Castro in this battle, but I ain't mad at anybody who say Chef Trez got that battle.
Lou Castro was definitely more, you know what I'm saying? He was more entertaining. He had more volume. But when it came down to the actual content and the lyricism that was being displayed, Chef Trez was fire. He was rebuttaling. Lou Castro, he did have entertaining moments when he was like, he's like, something, get the gun wet. He's like, I know you want me to stop rapping so you can rebuttal.
I ain't done yet. Yeah.
Like, that's very entertaining. I'm always going to be a fan of Lou Castro. Lou Castro could be argued in this battle 2-1. Also, very great showing. And like I said, rapgrid.com/Apollo. I must have said this 10 times already. More than that, actually. I want people to, if you are employed or want to get a pay-per-view or are thinking about one, I think this is a really dope one. I had Chef Trez winning the battle 2-1 respectfully.
Yeah, see? Yeah, and I can have Lou Castro winning 2-1.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing 2-1 either way. You know, 2-1 either way. Now they skipped it and then they brought it back. They gave us Pass versus Ununice. another fire battle. Not a good battle, a fire battle. This was also a battle that I believe that we kind of glazed over in the predictions. I said it might have the potential to be in the battle of the night, but it definitely showed improve. What I got out of it, Pass is slept on, but when Pass is really in that pocket, like when he's really bombing, Pass is one of the most dangerous guys. There's a reason why he's always going to be West Coast. He's a West Coast legend. He's going to be an Oakland Bay Area legend for sure. But when you think of Pass, you're like, oh, well, does he really win a lot of battles? Well, it all depends on how you look at it and who you look at it. I mean, Pass versus Bill Collector was a fire battle, but I had Bill Collector winning that battle. But let's not forget the fact that Pass made it all the way up to the semifinals. So that means he was cooking something. Pass is definitely in his mode. But I do like this young gunner Ununice. I really do like this young gunner Ununice. To me, he's also a student of the game. He came from the spaces. Oh, man, and Pass had a fire. He said, you're a space invader. Nigga, I'm a body snatcher.
Fire.
That's fire for me because Ununice came from the spaces and therefore nobody really would have knew who Ununice was if he hadn't battled Appa in the spaces and they was doing the impersonation battles. It was a great thing. Student of the game, but Ununice definitely got it. I'm telling you right now, if there's any battles that's worth watching it for the 75 alone, I'm not mad at watching this battle again for $75 because you know where it's going. It ain't going on YouTube. They're going to snatch this up. You might want to watch this in its entirety when you get the chance. That plus the Chef Trez, plus the Capo and the Snake Eyes and the J2 and the Los, it's worth the bread. How'd you call the battle?
I had passed 2-1 with the edge, just as my personal opinion. I felt like Unice's first round was very impactful. He had a lot of shit in there, but I felt like as the battle went on, I passed his material, saying lines like, he said, my flow is like food and clothes in your home village. Most just don't get it. Like, that shit I remember today, you know what I'm saying? I ain't looking at no notes and they're like, when your bars are impactful enough for me to remember, and I be hearing 2,000 battle rappers and all of that, Pass was very, very, very impactful. But Ununice had some shit too. I'm not arguing if you feel like he won. Very debatable battle. Needs to be watched more than once. So
definitely.
And I ain't got time to watch battles more than once, especially with 1,000 going on the same weekend. It's like fire hose, like battle, and I gotta just try to keep all this information in at once. But what's up?
Also, the pacing of the battles that was going on tonight was really, really good. So it was probably about 10 minutes between the earlier ones, and then once we got later into the night, them battles started rolling. The only battle that I didn't get a chance to watch was Miss Hustle versus Real Deal. So I'm only gonna go off the strength of how you called it. That's what I'm gonna say. One. How you feel?
It's a really good battle. Both was on some shit. Real Deal had some really, really, really impactful material to me. When I look at it from a material standpoint, like I said, I personally, this is how I felt. I felt like Hustle did really well for somebody who battled like the week before versus Hitman and you know what I'm saying, shit like that. She had some bars in there like sometimes when a female says something like I formation, I don't think you know what that is. You know what I'm saying? I'm just be honest with you. In football, do you know what an I formation is, what sequence is used, what players are where and why they're there and what happens in zone? I'm not saying what I'm saying, but I'm saying what I'm saying. I don't think she knows what the damn I formation is. And then Real Deal rebuttals it. The way to stop the I formation is putting 8 in the box. That is insane. You know what I'm saying? Because on the opposite side of I formation or running formation, you put 8 in the box, it stops the run. Now, you put 8 in someone's box, that's the way to stop. Phenomenal, right? I'm just saying. Real Deal has some bar, and like I said, fire battle. Not here to hate on anyone. I thought it was good. Real Deal though. I want to read some bars that this man said.
Please do.
That I thought were insane. You know what I'm saying? He said, checking the flight distance, trying to write like Bender's air. At peace like airbender, while I'm on a bender midair. Places you have never went on a dare, I went on a tear. That's the difference between how we face adversity. You're a serenity prayer, I'm Tiananmen Square. I've been prone to do shit with foul play, cause off the bat, life's never been fair. I'm seeing red, I keep thinking of Charlie Hustle. Look how I rose from that, you been bet, I ain't scared. Charlie Pete Rose, Charlie Rose, Charlie Hustle. He says, look how I rose from that. You can bet I ain't scared. Then he said, fucking joke, enough showtime as soon as they mention the bear. As a seasoned vet, Father Time done salt and peppered my hair. Come see what a chef has prepared. You can't see it yet. There's soon to be a vegetable there. To get a seat at the table, I did things that could get me the chair. They don't, like, he's not rapping to fucking 10 and 15 year olds. You know what I'm saying? This is grown man, insightful bars.
Yes.
He says, you're a serenity prayer. I'm Tiananmen Square out there in China where the massacre went on. You compare those two. Come on, I'm not doing this today. I don't have to. But I told Real Deal, I said this was really impactful writing. I thought Hustle was great. But this is the level of battles that they're bringing here. Like, that's what I will say. This is not a pay-for-play card where people just showing up bullshitting except for Charlie Clips. We can keep moving now.
All right. So I will say this: we did hear earlier in the day that they didn't want that New Jersey Twerk wasn't showing up because he had the gout.
Come on, my nigga.
Well, what?
New Jersey Foots.
He was defeated. Is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I told him, man, listen, you can't be out here messing around with them little, it's them Balenciagas you had on your feet. You out here stepping in them Balenciagas. Now you need some Epsom salt, some hot water, some garlic powder, and you need to wrap that in some castor oil, and you wrap that in the towel. You be out of here the next week. You know what I'm saying? You be straight though. Get well soon, Twerk, of course, get well soon. But yes, gout be a mug. You ain't supposed to get that till you like in your 50s. Anyway, but speaking of which, you did mention that people who didn't want to chime in. We could talk about Charlie Clips, or do you want to talk about the surprise battle?
There will be an announcement probably today, and the announcement is probably worth it's probably worth the $75. And I'm gonna tell you right now what the announcement is. I'm not finna put it up there. I did get intel because y'all know who I am, but I'm not gonna say it because y'all niggas not about to have everybody mad at me.
I see you shining, nigga. I can smell a motherfucker with money. Even Ray Charles can see you got money.
So I'm gonna just tell you what's gonna be announced today. You know what I'm saying?
From them?
Yeah. So just leave that. But you know, battle rap love to get mad at me when I say, when I report some shit early. You niggas will never get me. You'll never get me again. I ain't reporting shit. Fuck y'all.
Don't tease me. I'm saying I ain't for that. Don't tease me.
Find out when they tell you.
You ain't
anyway.
show me. But yes, speaking of surprise battles, the surprise battle that they had was Ab versus Cortez.
Yeah.
So even if we would have got New Jersey Twerk versus A-Ward, we still would have got Ab versus Cortez. That's crazy. But I'm glad it was a substitution. I like the audible. They that red fire. LeBron. Love that audible that they pulled. As far as the battle is concerned, I feel like it's 2-1 either way. They had a little discrepancy in the first round when it was talking about time limits. This is one of them situations for Cortez where I hate that this happens with Cortez.
All the time.
He be cooking. Like, and what happens when Cortez be cooking, it's a bit of a slow roast, but once he's on fire, time. No, let him finish that. There's food on that table. Let him finish that.
That happens a lot.
But it bothers me. I mean, it even happened to him in the championship match for the belt on King of the Dot with him and when it was I think it was Cortez and Chilla or something like that, and they was having a time issue. Anyway, they I could think of him and T-Rex. These niggas said they wanted 2 minutes. I remember that. But they gotta keep figuring that out. Cortez was cooking though. I do give Ab the battle. I'm gonna say the second and the third. Even though that first was a little, it was very, very short. He was like, that's 90 seconds. I felt like it was just 90 seconds. But then again, it was a time issue in the first round. I got to get a battle to Ab, but I'm not mad at what I saw from Cortez. Cortez could have won that battle too.
All right. Let's keep it moving. I had Ab winning the battle. I didn't like the whole time thing. I never like it, but I understand the business perspective and why you don't want to let somebody get a 5-minute round on you. Then you know you only roll 130 or whatever. So I get it. But anyway.
We can talk about it now. I'll put them both together. All right, so Charlie Clips versus Mike P. In the predictions, I said I had Clips because I thought that Clips was going to pull this one out. If I were to be a person that can just be a Charlie Clips fan, I can say he did just enough to win the battle. Was it an overused angle? Yes, but how I feel about overused angles, it's not about what you say, it's how you say it. I thought the game show shit was kind of funny. He rhymed it. He had Cortez as a contestant, and then Cortez, come to find out, was the last person. That, to me, was kind of funny. It was a thing where he captivated the crowd. He had the entertainment factor. He didn't choke. He was just freestyly. But this is supposed to be Mike P, supposed to just be bombing on Charlie Clips like every single round, like literally supposed to be like, this is a weak performance, so I'm going to show you how this performance is supposed to be. And I feel like Mike P didn't do that. Mike P did enough to win the battle, but he didn't make it clear for Mike P to win this battle. So, I don't know. I just feel like it can be 2-1 either way, but Mike P wins the battle. He was
it was cool. I mean, it's not a battle I watch again, so it is what it is. Keep it moving.
Geechee Gotti versus 40 Clips. 40 Clips.
Yeah, that's who it was. That's exactly who the fuck it was. That's who it was. Yes, that is what it was though. She up there trying to speak poetry, remember her raps. I tweeted that she raps like she's writing her shit on the way there. It's so much inconsistency. It's skippity blippity. She stumbled like she jersey kind of out of her first round. She had another. It was bad.
That first round.
I got Geechee Gotti winning 3-0. Some of his jokes was fucking crazy. He said the one line about the last nigga to take 40 to a house didn't bring bars back because he caught it the first time. Like, nigga, what? He was wilding on her.
No, the Joe, he said, we got Geechee Gotti versus... Bitches, why your wig always be messed up? He said...
Look, somebody gave you their hair and they threw it. You know, hair be flying through the air and shit. Woo!
And then... another issue that I be having, because that's the reason why I put both of these battles together, because Clips and Geechee are very similar. You know they could have came fully prepared.
They didn't have to.
But they didn't have to. But what they brought to the table was fine. Like, it was cool. The jokes when he said 40, he compared 40 to Popeyes. He said, because you had that fight in Popeyes.
He said, you ain't even a real side. He was like, you a biscuit, bitch. You ain't even a real side.
You a biscuit.
He said, we used to show up to see you. Now he said, now they only here for your wings and thighs.
For your legs and thighs. I was like,
thighs. He was like, this bitch is a bird. She's up here just winging it. Like his whole scheme about Popeyes is crazy.
Not to mention, it was somebody in the crowd that was like, and the breasts too. Said, y'all are not helping this case. Y'all are not helping. We only here now. We only see you for the legs and thighs.
And the breasts too. Yo, whose man's is that, man? He was wild.
Geechee be saying the stuff that we be thinking, and he rhyme it too, because he was like, you only really known for that leopard. I said,
that shit was crazy.
It make me mad too, because 40 be rapping, but...
He said, all we need to do to take this bitch down is a bottle of Jose. I have niggas in the room lined up ready to run this bitch. You think it's pro day. He said, do you believe in the parallel universe?
I do.
Bitch asked me why. She had a fight at Popeyes. Now we only came to see her legs and thighs. Yo, that shit is crazy.
Dog.
Shotgun pump through an outfit like we dry humping. That nigga covered all bases.
Come on, man. Listen, man.
Let's keep it moving.
All right, yeah. I had Geechee Gotti winning that battle.
I don't want to waste no time.
Now that battle was the last battle. The Geechee and 40 was the last battle. I mean, and rightfully so, I guess. But nah, you kind of left me with a bad taste. You know what I'm saying? The way that the night ended. But
I know what you're doing.
Arsenal versus Marv One. We could talk about that real quick. I'm not mad at Arsenal's performance, bro. Like, I know we get that filler arse, that arse where he was like, oh, he could have wrote that for anybody. I did feel that way I felt that way in the third round for sure. But Arse did enough. He had enough fat jokes. He had enough Marv jokes. He had enough things in there where it was doable. But I really love Marv One's delivery when he be slow cooking, bro. Nigga, this is Sparta. I will kick you in your chest, nigga. You don't even have to like it's that vibe. And then of course that slogan too. He said, when I'm standing up, when all you seen was that D over that navy blue, like nigga, look what you made me do. It's something about Marv.
He said, I got a bond with this number 9 and he gonna be missed if I spray something. First of all, bond number 9 is a very expensive cologne. And he said he'll be missed if I spray something. That's the type of writing.
Didn't he hit you with the "you smell me"?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was fire, man. That was fire.
Like I said, it's. I like this. And we gonna start off. Like, who do you have winning? Because I got Marv 2-1.
I got Marv. Ars just has some really sometimes unpalatable bars, man. He said some shit like 2 Miggity Max and I shoot him crisscross. I'm not doing this shit in 2025.
He did say that.
I'm not fucking doing it.
I'm just saying.
And I can't get paid.
But where Ars is at right now in his career, that's his autopilot mode.
Yeah,
and as long as he giving you that 2.5, 3 minutes of that in autopilot, he not slipping, he not stumbling, he not messing up. You not doing that. It's when it really counts is when you're more so disappointed with Arsenal. Should Arsenal have beaten Mook? Yeah. But he did the same autopilot mode, and then he went super cringe in the third. Ars is nice. Ars is fire and a legend. But some of the material that he chooses for his opponents, it just don't be like that.
I mean, he's like I said, Ars is a legend, but he's not the only one. Charlie Eclipse, same way.
Yep.
A lot of their best days already happened. They're existing, but they're not living and thriving anymore. It's a difference to live and to thrive. You know what I'm saying? They're just living.
You ain't wrong with that. Now let's talk about the main event. Let's talk about the battle. To me, it might be the battle of the night, but I think it was passing Ununice. But to me, performance of the night, the best battler of the night, was Jazz versus Hollow.
You could just stop right there because you got to think of it like this. You don't even, if you didn't want to recap any further, you could stop right there. Because never in all the years have I ever done battle where I've had somebody got performance of the night and lost the same night. That doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Normally, performance of the night is because someone won. I don't see niggas, even in the NFL or the NBA, you rarely see the finals MVP or the Super Bowl MVP go to somebody from the team that lost.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's happened like once or twice, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like in history, there have been finals MVPs on a team that's lost. This shit don't happen often. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
this one here, Jazz is the greatest. I'm going to say that, and I'm going to keep saying that. Jazz is the greatest. One reason is because she was the student of the game. Hollow was laying it out there. You've been little sisters whole time. You've been watching us. You've been mimicking us. You've been saying, ain't that what the student's supposed to do? Ain't the student supposed to implement everything that they've learned from their masters?
it is only twice I wanted to look at it.
But
once in the NBA in 1969, Jerry West was the MVP of a losing team.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Well, I don't remember that, but I do know that fact.
And one Super Bowl, Chuck Howley of the Dallas Cowboys, way back in the day, the Baltimore Colts had two interceptions and a fumble recovery in the Super Bowl, but they lost. So this doesn't happen often. So performance of the night goes to a winner.
It usually goes to
Let's go.
That's what I'm saying. So performance of the night, Jazz the Rapper. Jazz the Rapper was on 10. Not only on 10, but she had everything that you needed to win this battle. She had the aggression. She had the believability. Nigga, she had the bars. She had so many bars for Hollow.
Oh yeah, nah, oh my God. She said, what did she say about the bell pepper?
She said, all you gotta do is, he said, oh yeah, no, it starts off hollow, like a stuffed bell pepper. I said, hold on.
Hollow, I tried. Hollow, I fucking tried. I tried, my nigga. I tried. Keep going. It's over, nigga. It's over. Go. It's over.
No,
it's over. It's over. Take the bag.
Take the bag off.
You not done yet?
Yeah, we got one. The slide, yeah, we still got a little.
I'm gonna leave the.
She said, hollow a vegetable first, like stuffing a bell pepper.
Nigga.
You gotta hollow out the bell.
Hollow. I got the bag right here, nigga. Go ahead.
The slight jab that I like that what Jazz had in that first, she was like, yeah, they call me Big Bag Jazz, but now it's something else. I got
Mount Rushmore Jazz.
Mount Rushmore Jazz.
New Monica.
Like Missy Elliott.
Celia me.
That was the jab, sir.
Yes, sir.
That was the jab, sir. She was like, you in Houston and you sipping serpent don't hit the same. I remember that. What's the joint? Tarantino in every clip, I'm dropping niggas. Because in every Tarantino movie, you gonna at least hear nigga once or twice. You know what I'm saying? I say, look. No. What's the joint? I heard you was dating my verse. What y'all be saying when y'all be cuddling? What y'all be doing? Rebuttal. Come on, Jazz.
Fire.
look, man. I'm not giving y'all everything, but I'm also saying too. She came out the goddamn gate with it though. She said, "Of course I'm gonna be in Houston." You said, "Of course the niggas in Houston gonna love me. They love anything with a magenta substance."
Crazy. Magenta substance is wild.
Come on, dog. Now, I'm saying all of that to say this. Jazz was giving us everything in the first round. Hollow even had it laid out for him. Because what did I tell you about great rebuttalers or freestylers? If they can win the coin toss, and that means that they're the last thing that you hear, they could win. They could win because they could just pull anything out of there. Hollow went first, bro. He went right into it. You got a ghostwriter. You got 8 ghostwriters. He said, what's the joint? You got the ghostwriter, all I do now is I think, he said, all I do is think and drink and smoke. I think Bud's wiser. I love that little loopy flow. He'll even write the blues like B.B. King.
Fire.
So like he was talking about his plug with the prescriptions. That was good. I'm outshining all of these rappers. Being Jalen Hurts.
That was crazy.
Hollow, this is the round that I'm loving the most, you know what I'm saying? Can't conduct her own business because Jazz ain't composing shit.
That was some of his best material of the whole fucking night,
You
bro.
see, my brother, Jazz is all about interpretation and it's all about, you know, embellishments. There's actually nothing written down on the paper. Jazz is just a feeling. Jazz ain't composing shit. That is also a jab to Jazz having.
Nitty accidentally gave lines to both of them and didn't even notice it. It's crazy, he's the Beethoven shit, and she can only rap about holding sticks because she can't conduct her own business. Jazz ain't composing shit.
All right, man, I'm gonna take the bag away, man. All right, man.
Listen.
Jazz
Hollow,
composing shit.
like I said, Hollow was in the loopy bag for sure.
The mandible, yeah.
Yeah, like he said it was this and that, and when we had this with that, but you forgot that this was that. Oh, all right, I'm gonna say this too, and like I said, this is just all quick shit. So he said this. Hollow said this line that went over everybody's heads. But he's like, you've been a spoiled brat. He said, you've been spoiled since a kid, right? He said, yeah, you've been spoiled since a kid. You'll get bad grades and still get them Jordans, sis.
Yeah.
You defeated the purpose, sis. You defeated, that defeats the purpose because Jordan was the purpose, but you were defeated because you got it even though you lost. You're only wearing Jordans if you're supposed to be able. It's an overlayered, heavy layered bar that just slid past everybody. And it's fine, because it just wasn't hitting in the crowd. I liked it, though.
Jazz was whooping ass, man. Like, I mean, come on, man. Jazz was...
fuck this hollow bitch like a sex doll.
She said sex trafficking. You just borderline pussy. That was... What? Like, what we doing? I don't want to talk about it. It's the Jazz show.
Yes!
And she told that nigga, man, she said, oh my God, she said, you did people dirty, you ran, and you told on niggas. No wonder you named your son Lennon. Because all you do is fold on niggas.
Hey, Jazz.
Get the laundry.
Hey, Jazz, you the greatest.
Get the fucking laundry.
Jazz, you the greatest. You really the greatest, yo. Like, you really gotta be the greatest. My problem with Jazz, yo, it ain't even the problem. I hate when I get on this camera and I keep trying to tell y'all why Jazz is the greatest. Bro, she's beating Charlie Eclipse. She's beating Geechee Gotti. She's beating New Jersey Twerk. She's beating Tay Rock. And now she's beating Hollow. She's beating everybody that is on your Mount Rushmore list. There's nobody left for Jazz to battle. There's only one other woman that Jazz needs to battle. After that, she's battling nothing but niggas and goats after that. And that's Hustle. 10 years ago, we saw it.
I'm taking Jazz.
10 years ago, we saw the aura. 10 years ago, they hit it. They tried to say that Hustle choked the dude, did whatever, but I saw that battle myself. Jazz won that battle. That's the only female battle smoke I need to see. Other than that, I want to see Jazz versus Lux. I want to see Jazz versus Mook. I want to see Jazz versus Daylight. I want to see Jazz versus all of the pins. The only, matter of fact, I want Jazz to run it back with Big K. I was there and my heart was broke. Jazz the rapper is hands down the greatest battle rapper. Why? Because she beat all of the niggas that I consider in my top 5. All I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? But you know, what y'all gonna keep saying though? What y'all gonna tell me? Well, Hollow had the ghostwriting angle. Okay, well, did he really have the proof? Well, Hollow's third was really fire. He did. Hollow had a fire third round. Cause when he did the scroll, he was like, shall I scroll down the list? I said, hold on now. Hold on there. I didn't know, or I had forgot that Hollow did that scrolling thing too. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was fire. But where Hollow went wrong is you were pointing fingers and saying that she has ghostwriters, but you really wasn't getting at who did what or who said what. You get what I'm saying? Like, you said that because she was cool with these guys, she just so happened to learn these tactics from her. And that's what a student of the game really does. Not one time did I sit here and go, wow, Jazz, you sound like Surf. Wow, Jazz, you sound like Nitty. Nope. Just sound like Jazz to me. That's all I got to say. Jazz is the greatest. Jazz is the goddamn greatest, man. But I'm gonna let y'all debate. However y'all want to debate that, y'all can debate that. I'm gonna go get some sleep, okay? I need a nap, and I'll be right back here tonight for the recap.